Hello everybody and welcome back to Death in Space, a Corrupted Frontier, our sci-fi horror campaign here on the Initiative Order. For some of you, might have been a while since you've last watched us. For others, it was like 2 hours ago because we had a mini session earlier today. So check out the VOD on that like after this one, because then there might be some context, or not. You never know. But yes, thank you very much for joining us today for this episode. We are very excited. We have a full group at the table, as you can see around me. I literally look to my left and there is a screen in front of me. But yeah, we're very hyped, we're very excited. So I will quickly go around the table for some very brief introductions before we jump right into this wonderful game we have created. This happy vibes, friendly happy vibes space. So moving around the table, first I will go counterclockwise and start with Bobbi.
Hi, I'm Cori and I'm playing Bobbi. She's the captain and a tow trucker botanist, and I'm so excited for our session today.
Thank you very much. Next up is Wyoming.
Hello, people. Greetings. I'm Wyoming Jones. Some dude traveling in space. That's it. That's the whole plot. That's the whole synopsis. Hope you enjoy.
The most thorough backstory ever. Next up is Xander.
Hello, my name is Mazz. My pronouns are they, them, and today I will be playing Xander Praetorian, pronouns he, him, and I am a Chrome.
Thank you very much. Next, Lunar.
Hello, my name is Melissa Rose, she, her. I play Lunar Terracin. She is an ex-soldier punk, and yeah, things are going great.
Everything's fine. It's okay. Next up is Echo.
Hi, my name is Rachel Beauregard. I'm playing Echo Luctus, interstellar traveler, void, and navigator.
Thank you very much. And last but by certainly no means least, Mira.
Hi, I'm Dawn Whisper, and I'm playing Mira, who is our Chrome technomant aboard the ship. So I'm the ship's engineer, and a Chrome is a human body with a computer program running inside of it. And we're both she-her.
Wonderful, thank you very much. I'm Danny, you guys know me. I'm always wandering around here somewhere. With that though, we are gonna jump straight into our intro and begin our session of A Corrupted Frontier. See you in a second. And we are back. So, to give a very, very brief recap from our last full group session. You're in space. You're on your ship. You have almost completed the bounty that you set out to do, having captured and killed the serial killer Bo Zappa. You are returning back from a moon station on the planet of Lepidoptera, where Bo was hiding out, and you are on your way to the Iron Ring, which is the central kind of hub of this solar system, of the Tenebrous system, where you plan to claim the bounty and hopefully get the hollows and whatever extras come along with that. So you've been traveling for a while. Xander, unfortunately, suffered a minor injury during the capture of Bo Zappa, having their leg chopped off. But along the way, you took a detour in an attempt to maybe get some first aid supplies from a mining colony. But along the way, you found a destroyed ship. Within that ship was a hibernation pod, something that Wyoming knows a lot about, having spent a vast majority of his life in one. And these things can heal and repair injuries. So Bobbi and Wyoming brought it back onto the ship, and inside was a person. Echo was slumbering inside. You opened it up, had a conversation with this person inside, and adopted them into the crew of the Stella. Now you are 6. And you have continued on your journey back to the Iron Ring, as it's about a 4-week journey at this point. During one evening, or night even, Bobbi awoke to some emergency blaring going in the cockpit, and through some skillful piloting, avoided an asteroid that had been blipped out of a hole in existence within the middle of space. Luckily, saving the ship from utter disaster, and the hole that appeared shrunk and disappeared in a moment's notice, and left a ripple in space that the ship flew through. But luckily, nothing happened. Everything was fine, and you continued on your way. The deceased body of Bo Zappa did arise and attempt to break into the hibernation pod, but it very quickly stopped. And you dealt with that afterwards by severing the head of Bo Zappa and tying the body up and putting the head in the freezer, as you do. You also examined Bo Zappa's body a little bit closer, having the time to do so now, and found that within a metal plated panel on his chest, there was a piece of black, yellow banded crystal inside his chest that had been carved and was impaled into his heart. After some inspection, Echo gave you some details on this and said that this is void crystal. This is a piece of the void that had come into the universe and broke through that barrier, and whatever it was it is crystallized and crystalline and was sticking in his chest. And you pulled it out, and now you've got it. So you plan to look in. You mentioned investigating and looking into it when you returned to the Iron Ring. So we are about a week left in your travels now. Actually, no, we are 2 weeks left in your travels, as far as you're aware. Those that watched an earlier episode may know more. You are 2 weeks into your travels, and you have all spent the evening asleep in your rooms. It is now morning, whatever morning is in space, whatever time that is. We'll say 10:30, because you had a couple long nights. 10:30, and you're all awaking from slumber. Can all of you roll me a d6? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Wyoming. You are the first to awake out of the rest of the crew. And it's a normal day. You've woken up. It's a nice change. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. What has been your normal morning routine when you do get up during this kind of mundane travel that you are undergoing?
Usually I start my day standing in front of the mirror saying something like, I hate you, Jesus, how much I hate you. And then I take my, my happy piece, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 13, I don't know. Today is gonna be like a happy medium, probably. What's the medium? 7 piece, yes. And right now I'm pretty high.
Okay. Are you staying in your room or are you leaving?
I'm staying while I'm leaving at the same time, because remember I'm high.
Mm-hmm.
So probably I'm just leaving the room.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Make me a dexterity check.
Yes, sir. 1. Oh,
Okay.
plus 3.
So 4. Okay. Still fail in this game. You open the door from your room and you step out into the main corridor. As you do, your foot catches on something on the floor and you trip up and fall straight forward.
What am I doing right now, narrator?
You're
Am I on the floor?
You're currently lay on the floor.
But what's the floor on this scenario? I mean,
Currently,
does
it
even
feels
the floor exist?
It feels cold. It feels icy. There's a little bit of grit to it and a bit of texture. You rub your hands on the floor and you feel shapes.
Shapes.
Diamonds, small diamond shapes. All over the floor. Like a diamond like that one.
Okay. Am I hurt? I'm hurt, right?
You're okay. You're okay. You're feeling okay.
Okay, probably I will pretend that I'm hurt and I'm going to call from help. Xander! Xander, help! Xander, help! Please help!
Okay. Xander, you do not hear this, as you are in a hibernation pod in the storage bay. Bobbi,
Yes.
you awake to the sound of Wyoming screaming for help in the corridor.
Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna rub the sleep from my eyes and I'll get out of bed. Wyoming, are you okay?
Who is this? Is it Xander?
It's
Xander,
not.
you?
No, it's Bobbi.
Oh, Captain. How am I looking? Is it that bad? I can't feel my legs.
I'm gonna look down at Wyoming and trying to hide a smile. Doesn't look good for you.
Am I going to die? I'm so young to die.
If we get you roast beef, it might be okay. And then I'm just gonna be kind of smiling, very clearly pulling his leg.
Yeah. You do notice Bobbi looking at Wyoming on the floor. He is lay there in a plain t-shirt, appears to be a pair of shorts and a bathrobe. At his feet is a tin can that appears to be on its side, with a piece of paper on the side of it.
I'll go ahead and pick it up. Is it like labeled?
It's one of the cans that you all brought back from the planet's surface. As you kind of pick it up and look at it, you see that there is some brown liquid kind of oozing out of a hole in the top, and there is a small piece of paper on the side that says a gift, I believe.
Interesting. Wyoming here. I think this will cure what ails you.
But wait.
Mm.
Now that you no, I'm okay. I'm just high. I sometimes I forget things like that. I'm just high. I'm not hurt.
I could tell that you weren't hurt. I was humoring you.
Right. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I mean,
yeah. And you do have this. Again, I'm gonna like point at the can. Whatever this is, it says it's a gift. I don't know from who, but here you go.
what is this?
Fuck if I know. It's something that we had picked up on the planet. Possibly. Oh god, I can't remember if Bobbi actually knows this.
No one knows what's in there.
Okay, I possibly I don't know. It's something that we thought might be intriguing.
So Wyoming,
Yes.
you're now a little bit more aware of your surroundings.
Sure.
And you have this metal can in your hand, oozing a little bit of brown liquid from the top. It says a gift on it.
It says something. Is there some inscription or
It just
a
says a gift written on the side.
note? Okay, so I should open it. Okay, I open it.
Okay. What with, as you're currently laying on the floor in a bathrobe? What are you going to use to open it?
Can I use my bare hands? Can I try it?
Okay, roll me a body roll.
Nine.
9. Okay. You grab the tin and you kind of try and wrench the top off it, and you feel the muscles in your arms tense, and you feel like the strength of 1,000 men enter your body as you begin to rip the top of this can open. You spend a good moment, and then another moment, and Bobbi, you're watching, and he's just kind of like squeezing at this thing, and there is just no strength in what he's doing whatsoever. Wyoming, this tin can is clearly made of a metal substance you have never seen before. This is stronger than anything you've ever encountered.
I try to I move around doing my best to try to open it. I look over my shoulder and I'm like, Captain, this is very desperate. Can I use something? You have a tool? You have something to open this gift? What kind of person make a gift like this? You should open your gift.
I don't have anything on me. We could go look maybe in the mess hall and see if there's something there.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. I'll offer out my hand to like help you to your feet.
Let's go.
I'm just following along.
Yeah. The two of you head to the kitchen, and within a moment, you pick the kind of can opener that is on the side, next to the refrigeration unit, and you now have a can opener that appears to work perfectly at opening tin cans, which is what this is. It's taken Wyoming a little bit longer to get to the kitchen than expected, so you stand there and wait for a moment.
Just
Whilst you're
look
there,
around. Mm-hmm.
Lunar and Echo, you both stir from your slumber as well, hearing a conversation happening outside your rooms. That conversation then slightly tails away back into the ship. Xander, you hear a soft ping sound, and you wake up as the hibernation pod slowly begins to open its lid. Kind of like an egg timer ping, but softer.
As I see the glass slide down above me, I keep my eyes closed, and I slowly sit up, and I look down at my legs to check the progress.
So you have two legs. Your right leg is as it has always been. Your left leg is hold on. I'm gonna make a roll because I don't often get to do this in game. But... Okay. You've got about 10 inches left to go until it's the same length.
I'm okay with that. Okay, so then I swing my legs up and over the side, and I grab the crutch that was made in collaboration by my lovely crew. It's got the tube that Wyoming got that's like wrapped around the crutch, so it looks like it's everybody contributed. And I make my way down to the mess hall because I am starving. Yes,
you will be as well. As part of this healing process that these hibernation pods kind of put the body through, they kind of use up some of your body's internal like nourishment and nutrients and minerals to assist with the process. So you do end up being quite lethargic as you get up, and you need to eat and drink kind of pretty quickly once you get up to bring your energy levels back up. So yeah, you head to the mess hall and the kitchen as well. Lunar and Echo, you're up. You're prepared for the day. What are the pair of you doing this morning?
Lunar probably does like a regular like workout morning routine. Like some push-ups, some pull-ups, stretches, and then depending on what Echo does, meets awkwardly in the hallway and goes to get coffee after that.
Okay. Echo?
I'll get up and I'll go to the kitchen and maybe the mess hall. I'll stop outside of Mira's door and like think about knocking to see if she's up, but then I'll reconsider and just like I'll let her take her time and I'll go to the mess by myself.
Okay. you head to the mess hall, and you converge there. Bobbi and Wyoming are currently in the process of opening one of the mystery tins, as it were. Xander is kind of crutch hobbling their way from the storage bay as Echo and Lunar, you two arrive together. And the five of you are now in the mess hall.
Morning, everybody. While I'm like holding the can for Wyoming to like open, just kind of glancing over my shoulder at everybody else.
Good morning, Captain.
Is there coffee? Do we have coffee? Is that a thing that we...
We do have coffee. I will start making some coffee.
You are a blessing. And then I hobble my way over, and I sit at the bench of whatever table in the mess hall that Bobbi is sitting at, and Wyoming as well, I assume. Whoever's sitting there.
Okay. You place yourself down next to Wyoming and Bobbi. And as you sit there, Bobbi, you pop the last bit of the lid on this tin can in front of Wyoming, and it pops and kind of has a slight spring to it and springs back, so you can see inside the tin. You see a brown liquid, slightly thick, and you see what appear to be chunks of something inside that is also a brownish colour. And as the lid springed up, Wyoming, you get a slight scent of something hearty, strong and meaty smell.
Did you say it's meaty smell?
I did.
Oh, it smells like a meaty smell. Should I wait. What if it's beef? It's beef? I know it's beef, right? Let's find out. Let's find out right now. It's beef. I'm very sure of this. Let's find out right now.
What do you do, Wyoming?
I follow my smell to that beautiful, gorgeous, meaty, and I don't know what else should I say, but it's beef. I mean, it's gorgeous by itself, right? It's beef.
I mean, you're looking at it and smelling it. You don't know anything else with this tin.
Should I... What are my options?
You can eat it or not eat it.
I'm going to eat it.
Okay. Now, there is a fork available. I'll say you don't use your hands. You stab the fork in and you manage to hook one of these meaty chunks inside this can, and you pull it out. And again, you're getting all this richness and full-bodied, flavorful smell coming through. And you move the fork closer and closer. Your mouth begins to salivate. And you place the fork in your mouth and slowly close your lips around it as you pull the fork away. And you begin to chew. And it melts in your mouth. It's so soft, so tender, so fragile.
How's the flavor? Please, by all means.
Beefy.
Yes.
Beefy. Bobbi,
Absolutely.
roll me a savvy roll.
Absolutely. That is a 12.
12, thank you very much. As you sit here and watch Wyoming almost welling up in tears as he's eating the meat out of this can, you look at the can in his hand, and you look at the lid, the bit that you've opened, and you see that there is a small, fine bit of text written on the lid. And you get close enough, but not too close to start Wyoming as he's eating, but close enough to read what it says. And it's only 3 words, and it says Ridley's Premium Chum.
Okay. I will just make a mental note of that. Because does it seem like it's like the brand name, basically? I just want to clarify.
I mean, sounds like a brand name. In terms of the look, it's not like stylized. It's like it's been like digitally like tagged on the inside. But it says Ridley's Premium Chum.
Okay. Just gonna make a mental note of that, and I'm not gonna tell Wyoming. I don't think. I think I'm just gonna let him enjoy this. But I will also kind of move away just a little bit. I'll let him have this.
Okay. Wyoming, you're in heaven right now.
Yes, I am.
And you're just...
I'm in the beef heaven. I'm starting to hear like this classic music on my ears. And it melts and it tastes. This is like, my gosh. You should try this. Xander, you have to try this. And I move my weight. No. Who are you? Cori. No. What are you doing here? Where's Xander?
Are you... But I don't know. Maybe you can help me figure out who I am, because sometimes Xander stops what he just said.
Is this real? Is this beef, right?
It smells like meat to me. And I'm just sipping. Do I have my coffee yet? I get up and I go see how Echo's doing on the coffee. Anybody coffee? Captain coffee? Anybody coffee? Luna coffee? Luna coffee. Wyoming coffee?
No, I'm good.
Echo, how's it going in there? My voice trails off as I go to the kitchen.
Okay.
I'll be pretty much finished brewing the coffee. Can I go to the cans and like shake a couple of them and try and see if I can find one that has a similar like consistency to the can that we opened up that has like sweet stuff in it?
Yes, by all means. You go over to the selection of cans that you have on the ship, and you shake maybe 3, and by the 3rd can, you've got that same consistency feeling as you did the previous night.
Cool. I'll pop that open.
Okay.
Grab the can opener from the other room. Just like run in, run back out, open it up, and see, is it something sweet again?
It is the same as what you had the night before.
Fuck yeah. So I will, I'll pour the fruit into one small bowl, and then I'll drain the liquid into another like a glass or something like that, and put like a spoon or something. I don't know. We're making do, and just like bring out a bunch of like get a tray or whatever. I'm assuming these things are in there. It's a kitchen.
Yeah.
Like a tray of like coffee cups, the pot of coffee, like the bowl of fruit with like some forks and other bowls, just like all the stuff for breakfast, and place it on the kitchen table and just say, so we figured out that coffee is kind of terrible, but if you add this kind of sweet, sticky, syrupy stuff, it makes it a little bit better, a little bit more tolerable. So, up to you. Coffee and fruit.
I drink it black.
Okay, it is the most bitter thing you've ever drank. What Echo has presented in
Perfect.
front of you is cups of coffee, a small bowl of what appears to be chunks of fruit, and there is like another glass with like a syrupy looking substance in it.
This is great. Xander is in heaven because it has been a very long time since he's had a cup of hot coffee.
This is
He
worse than you
doesn't care
remember
that
it.
it sucks. He doesn't. It's perfect.
Okay.
And then he takes a piece of fruit and he dips it in the syrup and eats it.
It was
This
a
is great.
small chunk of pear. Mhm. Lunar, whilst you're sat there, enjoying this spectacle of Wyoming eating meat chunks, and Echo providing coffee and fruit for the morning, you notice there are only 5 of you sat there. Now, this isn't something unusual, because ever since you left Lepidoptera, one of your crew members has been kind of closed off from the rest of the group in their room. But you're sat there looking at the group, enjoying themselves. Everyone appears to be happy, which is a nice change of atmosphere. And you think it's a shame Mira isn't sat here enjoying this with you. Just a thought you have in this moment.
Yeah. I think Lunar will look at the syrup and the fruit and like maybe grab two cups and put a little bit of syrup in both and a little bit of coffee in both, and then just kind of like slip out and go to Mira's room and knock on the door with 2 cups of sweetened coffee.
Okay. Excuse me. You grab that and kind of get up from your seat and begin to step away from the group and make your way back up the corridor to the rooms. As you do this, you pass Echo, who is kind of still like stood placing everything down. Echo, you notice Lunar is kind of disengaging themselves from the group and heading off up the corridor with an extra drink.
Is it coffee? Oh,
Sorry.
if you're taking that for Mira, maybe take a little bit of the syrup on the side. I think she likes that.
Okay, will do. And Lunar will go up with the coffee and the syrup and knock on Mira's door. See if she's responding.
Okay. You go to Mira's room. You knock on the door, and there is no reply. But as you do knock on the door isn't locked, and it wasn't fully closed, and it opens slightly ajar for you.
I'll be a little nosy. I'll peek in.
Okay. You peek into Mira's room, and you see it is vacant. She is not in there. It looks as clean and tidy as it always did. She's not in her room.
Okay. Lunar's like, well, I guess that's a good sign. And we'll maybe go look. Where would Mira be? She'd probably go first to like the engine room, I think, logically, but maybe just look around the ship for Mira, try and find her.
Are you gonna let anyone else know, or are you just gonna go off and do your own little investigation?
I guess like if it's along the way of.
So if you're going towards the engine room, you're gonna go past the mess area
hall.
and the kitchen and everything.
I would pop head pop my head in. It's like, is anyone seen Mira? Know where she is?
She's not in her room?
No. Door was open. Nobody in
Engine room?
I'm gonna go check.
It might be on the bridge.
Oh. Okay. I'll check there. Thanks. I know. Go find Mira.
Okay. So you head into the bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make your way back up past the rooms and head onto the bridge. As you kind of step up the 5 or 6 steps that leads onto the bridge, you see Mira sat in the pilot seat, completely passed out. You notice that Mira has a slight smile on their face and a little bit of drool coming out of the corner of their mouth. But they are fully fast asleep, completely almost dead to the world without being dead.
Aw. Is there any like little side table cup holder place for a drink?
Yes, there is like a little like cup holder in the chair.
I think Lunar wouldn't want to wake her if she's out, so she'll just leave the coffee and the syrup right there and head back.
Okay. You leave the little drink and some syrup there and make your way back to the mess hall where everyone is and rejoin the group. Mira, you just see kind of foggy shapes and images in front of you, and there is a mixture of like very vibrant pastel colors mixed in with these shapes and kind of sway and move in front of you. And then you see a very bright teal dot, and then another one at another angle, and then another one. Then you see these thin, bright teal lines joining them, forming the shape of a constellation in the sky. And then you see another one, and then you see them move across the pastel colours in front of you. And then you see another one, and you're replaying the night before in your mind whilst you doze here in the chair. And then you hear a slight rustling sound, and the constellations kind of go blurry. The pastel colours begin to fade slightly, and you feel yourself stir, and you open your eyes. As you do, you kind of, in a slight daze, look around, and you see a small cup with some coffee in next to you, and another small cup with some syrup in. Very reminiscent of something you previously had. It gives you a nice little reminder of what to do. And you are now awake, realizing you're still in the cockpit of the ship and not in your room.
I wake up just very surprised to be not in the place where I normally am, because I'm normally quite particular about a whole bedtime routine and falling asleep in my bed and everything being in order. So I'm a little bit flustered, and I look around to see if anyone else is around, kind of like, oh, has anyone caught me being so like weird and out of routine?
You are on your own on the bridge.
And I sort of look down at the coffee, and the smile that was on my face when I was asleep comes back again as I just gently pour the syrup into the coffee and give it a little stir and take a few sips.
Okay. And you have a nice little sweetened cup of coffee. Are you going to stay sat there whilst you drink it, or are you going to leave the bridge and go elsewhere?
I'll take it up in my hand and just go towards if I can hear any voices anywhere. I'd assume people are in the mess hall because that's normally where everybody meets, and head that way.
Yeah. As you leave the bridge and head down the corridor past the bedrooms, you can hear conversation in the mess hall. And you continue and you turn a small corridor to the seating area, and you are presented by everyone sat around the table there, watching Wyoming eat a can of meat, and everyone else is either picking at a small bowl of cubed fruit or drinking coffee in one way or another. Crew, you see Mira come around the corner from the bridge and is stood in front of you holding a cup of coffee. This is the first time you've seen her in about 2 weeks.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Xander's head shots up. How are you feeling?
I was quite tired this morning, but I feel remarkably less tired, thanks to this.
It's the best. It's the best. And then Xander's trying really hard not to just inhale all of the fruit so that everybody has some. He's so hungry.
Mira, it's nice to have you back. You have to try this. It's amazing. Amazing. Here, have some.
I'm shaking my head behind him.
It was a gift for you. It is not customary to take gifts back once they have been given. Then I'll just push it away as he puts it towards me. You are welcome.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not beef, but I'm so high right now that I'm pretending this is beef. Probably it's another thing. I don't know what it is, but it tastes amazing. I'm so happy right now that I just love you and hate you at the same time. Who knows?
I am quite certain it is beef.
It is? Even better.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Enjoy.
So, you were all...
Can I?
Yes, go on.
Oh, can I look to see if we have anything like bread or anything like that, or something to make bread with?
No. You have dried rations, like dehydrated rations that you'd have to add water to make something. It's usually like a very porridge-based consistency, no matter what it is.
Cool.
Sometimes there's flavor, sometimes there isn't, regardless of what it says on the side. But you do have plenty of those, so you can by all means make some rations to as you have done previously, you've used rations to kind of fill you up following your hibernation pod times. The 6 of you are here together in the kitchen, in the mess area, sat around or stood around the table. You have a journey. You are on your journey. You are partway there. Bobbi, as a captain of this vessel and the person who has hired and taken on this group of individuals, knowing you are on the return leg of this venture, what's your plan?
I think, first of all, because Bobbi didn't watch the episode, is going to like look at Echo, look at Mira. By the way, Mira, we picked up a new crew member. This is Echo.
Oh, we have met. I was quite concerned at first. We met unexpectedly.
I'm still concerned.
Yeah, that's a little bit my bad. I wanted y'all's introduction to be a little more formalized, but that's a. But everything's fine now?
I believe so. We spent some time together last night.
Okay.
You didn't try to kill me once.
One time.
Just one? Amateur.
I mean, that's fair.
Just hearing Wyoming say that and Xander go, "That's fair," it's just gonna. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I mean,
crew.
we did almost try to kill Wyoming when we found him. It's kind of what we do as stowaways, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you what?
No. Mm-mm.
Well, we were cautionary when we found you, as we should be with strangers, no? And then I look from Wyoming to Echo.
To be fair, I wasn't a stowaway. Technically, you kidnapped me.
Okay, but see, I don't really want to use that term because it wasn't entirely intentional. Like it was, but it wasn't.
It's pretty
I was
accurate,
asleep.
that term.
I'm happy to be here regardless of the circumstance.
Okay, well that's good. But okay.
I did show Mira I've installed the new star chart, so if you wanted to, if that's going to help you in your planning going forward, just for your reference, Captain, they're ready for you.
Oh. Yeah, thanks. Okay. First things first, I think we need to how long do just like kind of racking her brain. How long do we have left? I think it was like 2 weeks or so.
I believe we're just under 2 weeks.
Okay, so we have 2 weeks to create a good plan for getting the bounty. Because I've been thinking about it. I'm not sure if our original plan is going to be the best plan. Our plan of group goes in, says, "Hey, we're thinking about doing this thing." Second group goes in with the body. I don't think that's going to work out very well for us.
No worries, Captain. I got your back. I'm already developing a plan.
Well, let's hear the captain's plan, and then we'll hear Wyoming's plan. Captain, do you have a plan?
Danny, GM, what do I know about like the bounties, like what I have heard?
Yes, so you have spent some time on the Iron Ring, and you know enough about the law enforcement kind of centralized what government there is left, what sort of system is left that keeps things ticking over. And you know that the group of individuals that are kind of the lawmakers of the area are called the Wardens, and they're more like you could kind of best analogy is like Wild West U.S. Marshals. They're that sort of vibe. And the Wardens are the ones that set up the bounties. They don't necessarily create the bounties. They do some, but a lot of the time it's a case of people will come to them and be like, I'd like to set a bounty on such a person for such a thing and for this reward. And then it's the Wardens who will process that and put it up as an available bounty, an available contract for a person or group to claim as we will claim this bounty, we will go and enact it. So they're the people that manage this stuff. They're the ones you would have to speak to. This was not originally your bounty because you happened upon the body of a bounty hunter that had this, and you've kind of taken over the claim on that. But you have all the paperwork that was attached to it. So you have the original bounty form, you have this bounty hunter's notes and everything. So in essence, you know, and you have the bounty itself. You have Bo Zappa. So, you know, realistically, you could go and claim the bounty without much issue. Even though it wasn't yours, it just means you're going to have to kind of...
all the paperwork.
A bit of negotiation with these people, a bit of like smooth talking, and convincing that, you know, everything's above board. But in doing so, you should be able to claim the reward for this bounty. It's going to take a little bit of talking once you get there. But one positive is, you claim that bounty, there's potential you can get yourselves set up to claim more. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there are contracts to be had in the Iron Ring that are not just bounty hunting. There are other things you can do there, and if you feel you guys are a group that can work together and do these things, then there is potential to be some lucrative profitable, that's the word, lucrative business to be had in working contracts as a group.
Okay.
Together.
I have a clarifying question, and this may be something we discussed last episode. Did we have the theory that the person that put out the bounty, it wasn't 100% just about Zappa, it was about the Void Crystal? That was a theory that we did discuss,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you guys had removed the Void Crystal shard thing from Bo Zappa's chest last session, you guys did theorize maybe there's more to this than just claiming the bounty on a serial killer.
Yeah, just eliminating,
you know, because of the fact that this person was 7 foot tall, very much like not normal proportions, and had a random crystal thing piercing through his heart in his chest with a metal plate covering it. It's not exactly a run-of-the-mill thing, even in this strange universe you all live in. So there's potential that there could be more to this than originally meets the eye. The only information you don't know from the bounty contract that you have is who set the bounty out with the Wardens. But that's information you could potentially try and get from them.
Okay.
As well as, just to assist as well, last session, in talking about this Void Crystal, you do know that there is a centralized library on the Iron Ring that may have information about Void Crystals and what these things are and what collected knowledge there is of them. Because Echo has some knowledge, as they told you guys, but there's more knowledge you could find.
So I think kind of having sort of mulled that over, I'll look at the crew. I think, and I don't think this is going to be popular with you guys, but I think this is our best option. And to be honest, it's what I'm going to do. I think honesty is our best policy with the wardens. I think we say the truth. We happened upon this other bounty hunter, and therefore the bounty. We decided to go after the bounty, succeeded. We have Bo. I think if we can, we should try as best we can, maybe to cover up the fact we opened up his chest.
Agreed. I don't think that we should share the information that we have the shard.
Yeah. But we can, maybe one or two of us goes to the wardens, discuss the truth, while the others maybe try and get into the library, maybe pick up more supplies. I mean, there's a lot of things, honestly, we should be doing. But I think honesty is going to be the best policy for this, because then we can maybe get some more jobs. I don't know about you guys, but the ship, Stella could use some fixing up.
Agreed. I definitely think heading to the warden should be priority number one. And we will follow you, Captain.
I think it's a effective plan. I'm not entirely sure about the part of being honest, because
What do you suggest?
I don't know if you want to hear my plan.
We'll hear it. It doesn't mean that we'll go with it, but I'd like to hear it.
Would you like to hear it?
I would.
It's a multi-type plan with several steps. The first step is very important, vital for the rest of the plan. Step 1, we need to get rid of Echo. The rest of the plan I'm still developing, but that's the first step we have to achieve.
I'll look at Mira.
I must agree on the dishonesty part. It is better to be honest, but sometimes some details are better left out. Is there any reason we should need to take the whole body of Bo Zappa? We do have his head.
That is... okay. I mean, it's honesty with a few omissions.
Indeed.
It would make less work for us to have to patch up the rest of him if we just don't give that part to them.
We could leave the body part in space. Also, if for some reason it decides to get up again, we don't have to worry about it if it's in space.
We can just deliver the head, and we can dispose of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's exactly what we're all saying. We have all said that. Mirror started with that, yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously...
Did she?
Yeah.
I look at Bobbi. Just...
Yes, yes, Wyoming. Miro was saying that. Maybe not those exact words, but she was.
Captain,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
does the contract specify what is needed to claim the bounty? Because if it doesn't specify that the entire body is needed, or if it doesn't specify that the shard, the crystal is needed, then technically we can fulfill the contract and be paid without even having to bring it up. We won't have to lie. We will just do what is specified in the written contract.
If
Who's dead or alive?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I believe the contract just said dead or alive. I don't think there was any more specifications.
No, it was just dead or alive.
Okay.
I believe a head is probably all the proof that we'll need.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of zapping the body out to space.
Seconded.
I would like to inspect this crystal further. Perhaps it could have some use.
Agreed.
Right?
Okay. In that case, who wants to come with me to talk with the wardens? Okay.
Okay.
Wyoming, as the planner that you are, I'd like you to help out with figuring out how to get into the library and getting that information.
Consider it done.
You're my plan guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, where would you feel my skills are best needed? I'm happy to go with you and negotiate with the warden, with you and Lunar, or look for the library. I have one request. I would like to stay in the pod for as long as possible between now. I probably a week. Because I would like my leg to be grown as much as possible before we get there.
I would too. In case we need to make a quick getaway.
Based on my calculations of how long I have spent in the pod and my current state of my leg, I should not need that much longer.
Okay. I mean, if we have 2 weeks left, then that's... Would it...
I made a mistake. Based on the new calculations, we're looking at closer to a week.
Oh.
Okay. That's okay. Getting there early, that's okay. Xander,
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I don't particularly... I want to learn more about the shard, but I know that Mira, Echo, and Wyoming are more than capable. I would rather go with you to the warden. I have a lot of experience talking to authority.
Okay. So 3 and 3 then. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
I
Luna?
Aye.
The ayes have it, Wyoming.
I was born to lose.
But you got your beef, so...
Sometimes you win, just sometimes you lose. Sometimes Xander goes with the captain to another place instead of the library. I know. What can I say?
Wyoming, would you rather me go with you?
Yes! Yes, I would rather that.
I look at Bobbi.
We can handle it.
All right. Okay. And I take a deep breath and I look at Wyoming. I will be by your side.
My guys, this is so exciting.
I'm very excited at this prospect.
I'm also looking forward to finding out more. And I genuinely am feeling much more confident in not having it even need to be covered up or mentioned about the shard. Just proof. Because for all they know, we didn't know and just spaced him. And in which case, whoever's hunting the crystal, that's their problem. If you guys need me at any point, please feel free to wake me up.
Okay. So, now that you guys have a plan of action, and you are now aware you only have a week of travel rather than 2 weeks, thanks to Echo's navigation skills and being able to plot a slightly different course that gets you there a little bit quicker. You finish up your coffee, probably cold by now after that conversation, and the fruit and Wyoming's tin of beef. And Xander, you make your preparations to go into the hibernation pod for a longer period of time than normal. Stock up on some extra food before going in and so on, and prepping like drinks and stuff in the pod so that when you do come out, you've got stuff on hand straight away. The rest
I
of
journal
you,
the plan that we just came up with before I go back to sleep.
Yeah, no problem. The rest of you then go about your day-to-day tasks on the ship. Echo checking navigation, Mira going to the engine room, checking everything's working correctly. Lunar, more working out, more hanging out. Bobbi, you'll be up on the bridge and the flight deck as well with Echo, kind of learning these new routes and looking at this expanded star map that you now have. Wyoming, right now you've got a tin of beef. You're focused, you're happy. And you guys continue on your way with this last week left. And as you make this final leg of your journey back to the Iron Ring, we're going to go to a break. So everyone watching, thank you very much for sticking around so far. We're going to have a quick break and then we'll be back and continue the story then. So hang out, get some refreshments, stay hydrated. See you all shortly. Bye.
Make no mistake, Cori, nobody needs that fire.
But your soul needs it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know when you might.
Right. For that, like, one thing. Oh, heck yeah.
Who else is coming to San Diego Comic Con besides Mazz?
Maybe.
Maybe?
It depends on if I get a panel. Because I'm not buying a badge. Like, I stopped buying badges to Comic-Con a while ago.
I mean, if you're not coming to the Comic Con, I need to see you. I'm gonna be there. I mean,
No, I'll come.
one way or another.
Well, here's the thing. I may come down. We'll see.
What weekend is it?
July 13th, question mark.
I've never actually been to San Diego.
I'm gonna be there from probably 13th to 24th.
The 19th to the 23rd.
Yep.
Okay, and you're just gonna be staying in San Diego the whole time, I imagine?
Yep.
Well, if you wanna at some point too take the train up, and then we can go to LA and maybe do a TO meetup beforehand, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
And you can meet Jeremy, who doesn't. Never mind. I don't think he works for Heavy Metal anymore.
I mean, that's no worries. That's a mess. Nobody's fault.
I don't actually know what happened. Just that he doesn't work for them anymore.
As you will tell.
Whoa. We can hear the stream.
hello, and we're back. Thanks for sticking around. You thought we were coming back sooner? We weren't, we were just chatting. But we're here. So, to give a very brief recap. The crew are on the way to the Iron Ring, the central hub of the Tenebrous system, and this is a hodgepodge of space stations, spaceships, and space debris that's kind of been all compiled together in a ring around the moon of, hold on, I know its name, Inoro. That's how I'm pronouncing it for the game, so it's called Inoro. But it's the moon in the Tenebrous system, and the Iron Ring is there, and it's the main central hub of civilization here. And the crew are on the way back there to claim the bounty on the corpse or head of Bo Zappa. That is what they're going to provide. They were a week away when they formulated their plan, which means they are going to split the party, as it were. Some are going to go to the Wardens and try and claim the bounty, while others are going to go to the Central Library, see if they can get some more information on this strange void shard that they removed from the body of Bo Zappa. So, you have all continued maintaining the ship and going about your day-to-day tasks, duties, and activities, whilst you make your way to the Iron Ring. And it is Tuesday afternoon. It is a pleasant 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I say pleasant, the life support is working okay, and it's not too hot on the ship. It's pleasant. And Bobbi, you're at the helm of the ship, as you know from the navigation that you are closing in on the Iron Ring. And you're about an hour away in terms of time. And we're at a point where you're able to see the Iron Ring. You can see the moon, you can see the ring, and you're about an hour away from being able to get into radio contact with the Iron Ring and formulate a docking procedure with one of the pieces of space station or another ship or whatever ramshackled docking pier has been created on this thing. That's the best way we're going to call it. So, you let the crew know. I imagine that, like hour away, you prep for boarding or whatever. And continue on. You get close and you are now ready to contact the station and dock. Do you have a specific call sign you want to utilize as you're contacting the Iron Ring? It's like ham radio style
I know. Oh god, I'm trying to think of, like the military alphabet where it's like S is this thing, like A
Sierra,
is
the
like...
phonetic alphabet.
Yeah. I think it's that.
Sierra, Tango,
Or like...
Echo, Lima, Lima, Alpha.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it's that for Stella.
Okay.
I think that's the call sign.
Okay. So you call out to the station and you wait a minute. It's just static for a second. And then you hear a gruff gentleman's voice call back. And he goes, "This is docking ramp 33. Hold on a minute. Jim? What is it? What number is it? I don't know. What number is it? Is it 3? This is docking ramp. This is the docking ramp. You are clear to come over."
Which docking ramp? Or are you saying there's just one general docking ramp? I was a little... It sounded like you were saying docking ramp 33, but now you're saying it's just a docking ramp. Can I have some clarification? Over.
Yeah, hold please. Jim. She's asking, what number is it? 5? 5 what? Can you call back in like 5 minutes?
Sure, over.
Okay. Over.
I think while that's while I'm waiting for like the 5 minutes to pass, over the intercom, I'm gonna let the crew know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just basically gonna say, okay guys, I don't think they know what they're doing. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. But we'll hopefully be docking in a little bit once they let us know where we're actually docking. Thanks. And then I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll call back.
Okay. So you give it 5 minutes and you call back.
I'll even give them a 6 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you give them the extra minute and you call back. And what do you say when you reach out to the Iron Ring?
Yeah, this is Bobbi. I just called a little bit ago. I was asking about what docking station we're supposed to come to. There was a little mix-up. I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't get the name of the person I was talking to, but he was talking to somebody named Jim. Yeah, just requesting some clarification. Over.
And you hear static, and then a voice replies, "Hello, this is James Johnson. Yeah, you're clear to dock on let me just double check here. We have pad 273 available for you. If you just swing around until you get to the blue piece, like it's a large piece of station. It's like, it looks a bit like a ship that's been attached, but you should see a large docking umbilical that's sticking out with another ship on the end. Pulling to the side there, you'll see 273 marked. You should be able to dock there fine."
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
No problem.
Have a good day. And then I will just not feeling confident at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and just follow those directions.
Okay. You kind of start to circle the Iron Ring. And after like a few moments, you see a large blue section of the Iron Ring that looks like it was like an old space freighter that's been attached, and you see this large umbilical sticking out with what appears to be a small tow ship attached at the end. It doesn't appear that the tow ship is docked. It appears it is attached and is what's holding this umbilical out. And you can see there are a couple ships dotted along the umbilical itself, and there is a space, and you see, as you kind of come closer, you see 273 marked on it.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best to not ding Stella up and pull in.
Okay, roll me a tech roll.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
Yeah.
Ooh, 12.
Okay. You pilot the ship into the space, and without much hassle or maneuvering, you're able to get in nice and easy. Line your door up to where the umbilical connects, and you're ready to go. You do notice that the station itself has to attach the umbilical to your ship, so you will have to radio in.
Just lets out a sigh. Hi, Bobbi again. Just not even trying like the call sign anymore. Requesting the station to attach to Stella. We're on 273. Thanks. Over.
And you hear a gruff voice come back on the radio. Jim, they're here. But what? Jim's gonna make his way down now. He'll be a minute. Sorry.
Thanks. What's your name, sir?
Stephen.
Okay, Stephen. Over.
And then you hear nothing. Then, like 30 seconds later, you hit over. And you wait a couple minutes. And you see the umbilical hatch like move its way, and you feel you feel the ship slightly move as the magnetic mechanism on the umbilical attaches to the side of the ship round your door, and you hear a knock on the ship door.
I'll go ahead and again like let the crew basically know that we are attached to kind of meet in sort of the entryway. But then if I can, just going ahead and like opening up the door.
Yeah. You go to the door and you look through the hatch and you see a gentleman stood there in like pale blue overalls. He's got what used to be like a high-vis jacket on, but it's so stained and dirty that there's no visibility on this jacket anymore. And he's got like a cap on and a little bit of a gruff beard. And he kind of like waves through the glass to you. And he stood there, no like spacesuit on or anything. He stands there and you open the door. And the gentleman says, "Hi, James. We spoke momentarily. Are you what are you here for? Are you here for trade? Are you here for business? Are you just for my just for my records, just for the docking notice?"
Of course.
Sorry.
I understand. Thank goodness somebody is keeping track of that. Yeah, it's just my crew and I were here to shop around, just look into a couple things, supply run sort of.
No problem. Yeah.
I would say that's the main thing, to be
Okay,
honest.
yeah, I'll put it down for trading
Multiple
supplies.
things.
No problem.
Mhm.
Yeah. By all means, yeah. No problem. I'll mark it down. If you need anything, I'll be at the entrance from the umbilical. There's my little booths there. Yeah, you can lock up behind yourself. That's fine. Just let me know when you're ready to depart, and I'll disconnect the doors and everything once you're ready.
Awesome. Well,
No
thank you very much.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Kind of nods and like steps out of the way to let you off, but he doesn't go down to his booth. He just kind of stays just out of the way.
And I'll wait till like the crew kind of gathers.
Hey, I will have been like watching from the door as Bobbi went out, paying attention to what they're doing with the umbilical bits and just trying to learn what they're doing, because I'm always cautious and I think, oh, what if we need to do it ourselves at some point? But yeah, gonna head out to Bobbi.
Okay.
I'll say that the past couple days, Xander woke up like 2 days ago, and he was his leg ground.
Hold on, let me roll some dice.
Oh God.
Fingers crossed. Xander, your leg is now fully healed. It's the same size as the other one. It's a slightly different colour from the thigh down, from where it was severed. It's a little bit paler. But beyond being paler and you having what appears to be quite a grisly scar on your thigh, you have a leg that
Dope.
works fine, yeah. You also have a third one that's like wrapped up in the ship.
Oh no, I'm gonna put that on a mount and give it to Wyoming.
Oh, okay, fair.
For his quarters. So, I'm gonna say that the last couple days, Xander has been running around the ship, just like exercising and trying to get used to this leg, because he hasn't had two legs in a long time, and he's trying to get out of the habit of needing a crutch. But he does step out and take the captain aside, and says, "Look, I've been thinking about this last couple days, and I think it's probably much wiser if I go with you and Lunar to the warden. it will probably break Wyoming's heart, but I don't really care.
That is completely fair. Do you want to tell Wyoming? Do you want me to?
I'm just
Or are you just going?
maybe it'll be best if you tell him it was a specific request from you.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Awesome. I just don't want him to be so upset that he doesn't focus on the task at hand.
Understand. Yeah, I'm more than happy to tell Wyoming that, after thinking it over, decided
Executive decision.
Right. Just wanted kind of an even split. Yeah, I probably for the best.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Captain. And then I just kind of stand on the docking bridge until everybody else is ready to go.
Okay. The rest of you, exit in an order, out, and the 6 of you are now stood off the ship in the docking umbilical. Bobbi, I imagine you lock the ship up whilst you're all leaving, as there's no one left on the ship to watch it. The 6 of you are now stood around. You all kind of know what it is you have to do. Some are going to the wardens. Some are going looking for the library. Is there anything you discuss before you all depart into the Iron Ring?
I think before we all depart, okay, guys, I know we all kind of know what we're going to do, but also please feel free to shop around a little bit if there's anything that maybe you can't buy right now but you think would be a good upgrade for the ship or just would make your life better on the ship. Please just make a note of it, where it is, or if you have the means to purchase it, absolutely go for it. Let's say we meet back here. What time is it now? You said it was about 3?
So it's about I'd say 4:15.
Okay.
4:15-ish.
So let's meet back here about 10 o'clock tonight. Just everybody think that sounds like enough time, at least for the first trip out?
Yeah. Has anyone been here before? Show of hands. Have I been here before? I assume.
You all met on the Iron Ring. You all started here, apart from Echo.
I forgot that was a thing that happened.
It's been a hot minute.
I forgot that was a thing that happened.
We've gone full circle back to the Iron Circle.
Cool. Dope.
Danny, have I been here?
Echo, yes, you will have been here, but it was many years ago now at this point.
Didn't look like this.
No, it was a lot smaller then. Yes.
Would I know if there was a place that would have maps of the Iron Ring that are just out and about for people, tourists or whatever?
No, the Iron Ring is a constantly evolving situation because basically people could show up with a large ship, dock it, and then it becomes a part of the Iron Ring and never leaves, and people move into it and everything.
Okay.
So yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I stand closer to Lunar and the captain.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody feel like they're good to go?
Mm-hmm.
Xander? Are you coming with us?
Actually,
yeah, sorry, Xander. After thinking it through, I think it might be better if we take Xander with us. Just, even split, 3 of you guys, 3 of us. Xander had mentioned that he's had experience with authority figures, and I'm sorry, Wyoming, I know you had wanted Xander to come with you, but I think both
No worries. That's fine. You have to make tough decisions, and what are we gonna do about it? That's it. And I just roll over a little letter and I put it inside of my jacket.
I do not look
you
pleased
company.
about this situation.
Sarah was disappointed. I take a kind of slightly apologetic look at Mirren.
Your leg
And,
doesn't look very good. I could have made you a better one.
Would have been good to know, but I know that you were not in a space for that. But I appreciate the thought. We needed
am
to get
glad
me
you're
back
better.
on my feet soon. Me too. For the most part. And then I kind of look down at the scar on my leg. Because it's the same pants. So I only had one pair of pants.
Yeah, and no one's
So I'm
bothered
gonna buy
to stitch.
pants.
Yeah, no one bothered to stitch the leg of the pants back on. So
No. I just have like a half short
Mhm.
on one leg and the other one's a full pant.
Okay. So, you all know what you're doing. Bobbi, Lunar, and Xander, you guys kind of set off first and make your way to try and find out where the warden's office and building is. Echo, Mira, and Wyoming. Once they set off, the 3 of you are stood there for a moment before you decide which direction you're going to go looking for this library. Is there anything the 3 of you wish to discuss together?
This is interesting, right? I mean, the 3 of us together. How lovely.
Now you can get rid of me.
Don't push it.
At least one of you is tolerable. And I'll push down my goggles and put them over my face as we head into the city. Sometimes I find the lights too bright.
The no eyes group.
Okay. So the 3 of you head in looking for the library. Can you all please make savvy rolls as you begin to investigate the Iron Ring, looking for these 2 sections that you're after? Okay, I've got a lot of counting to do. I'm going to ask everyone. Xander, what did you roll?
I got a 10.
Okay. Bobbi, what did you roll?
So I rolled a 3, but I was gonna re-roll.
Okay.
Okay, 14.
14. Okay, cool. And Luna?
15.
15. Okay. So 3 of you head off in the right direction. Echo, what did you roll?
A 5.
5. Okay, cool. Mira, what did you roll?
9.
9. Okay. Wyoming, what did you roll?
Got a 6.
6. Okay.
We're lost.
Okay, so yeah, so the pass rate in this game for anyone watching is 12 or higher. So Xander, Bobbi, and Luna. The 3 of you head off into the bowels of the Iron Ring. Luckily, the three of you have been here before. You have spent some time here. Bobbi and Lunar, you lived here for a significant period of time. So you've explored a lot of the Iron Ring. Some places you have never been to. It is vast. It is the circumference of a moon. But you have a rough idea of where the Wardens are based, and you head that way. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get there, because where you've docked is definitely not the closest point to it, but it's not like the opposite side of the Iron Ring. So it is accessible to get to. And you make your way there. You do pass a couple of places on the way. You pass an antique shop. There's cosmologist observatory there. There is a market, a black market area that you're going to pass on the way to the Wardens. Just let you know that in case you want to investigate any of these places on the way. Mira, Wyoming, and Echo, you leave the docking area and you guys head right and start walking that way. The library is like the second module on the left, if you'd have turned that way. Bobbi, Lunar, and Xander walked past the library on their way, but you guys headed right. And you kind of keep walking that way. And it takes you like 15-20 minutes before you see anything of note. You don't see a library. You ask around, and the couple of people you talk to kind of just look at you blankly. And some of them look very confused when they do look at you. They're like who, what are you people? And yeah, you continue walking, and you begin to hear a bustling sound of people talking, shouting, and then you kind of move through like a bulkhead door in this module, and you see a bar, a very lively bar with people drinking, shouting, talking, laughing. Yeah, you see a bar on the left, and above it is a sign that says The Rig. Do you keep walking?
Was that a Dewey or
This
we
is
do?
Echo, Mirror, and Wyoming.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, no worries.
Okay, I was wondering like which group
Yes,
is
no,
it?
this is. Do apologize. Yeah, Echo, Mirror, and Wyoming. You walk this way, and you see this bar.
Wyoming. This
Yes.
seems like more of your kind of place.
And why is that?
There are people getting intoxicated. You should do well talking to them.
Yeah, that's a very nice suggestion of you. Just for your information, I will do my best to communicate better with you, because you are now my only and true friend. Because the other, who probably is gonna try to kill me during this mission.
I
Not
don't
in front of
see
all these people.
Hush!
why have you taken such a disliking to Echo.
I'm not talking about Echo.
I'll go get a drink and let them talk.
Okay.
Okay, are we doing this? Are we actually going to that bar? Are you guys going with me? Are you sure about that?
Why would anyone bother trying to kill you? It seems more effort than it's worth.
You see, in some planets, people call me with a different name. Know me with for a different name. They know me as El Diablo. So, if you heard stories about a person called El Diablo, that's me. If people ask you about El Diablo, you don't know him.
I doubt you're as famous as you think.
Let's find out. Let's go to that bar and get intoxicated.
We're gonna end up day drunk at the library.
Echo, I will take that as a challenge.
I will buy you your first drink.
Yours. Okay. Let's buy that drink and we can talk about it. Let's go, Echo. You first.
We'll walk into the bar, I guess.
Okay. The three of you head into the bar called The Rig. It is full of what look like day laborers and workers and people in construction and miners and so on. It's quite busy. It's quite full, but you head in. You do see a vacant small table the three of you can sit at. And you go in and buy drinks. Moving to the other group, Bobbi, Lunar, and Xander. The three of you continue on, making your way to the warden's office. Again, this place is the corridors, the different areas, the sections, and so on are quite full of people. You see shops, market stalls. You see like small workshops. You see living areas where there are like cots just lined up like against walls, people living and sleeping there. As this place is part spaceport, part refuge, part market bazaar, is everything rolled into one, and you see this mixture here. So as you continue on your way and you pass these different places and there are people there, do you wish to speak to anyone? Do you want to ask directions, anything like that on your way, or do you just want to head in the direction you believe will be where the wardens are?
I mean, I kind of feel like Bobby's feeling pretty confident, especially with like two other people, of being like, yeah, we know where we're going. So I don't think like Bobby would ask, at least.
Okay.
I don't know if the other two would.
Xander's holding a box with a head in it.
Oh.
This is true.
And also, can I retcon and say that we spaced the body?
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll say during that week of travel,
Yeah.
you jettisoned the body out of the ship. It is now floating off somewhere, maybe a week away. The void of space.
Meat popsicle. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do I see any signage pointing towards the warden's office? Like, is that something that would be pretty common knowledge?
Yes, actually, you don't see it everywhere.
Right.
But as you are continuing on and getting closer to where it is, you do now start to see some signage pointing like continue straight, like the way you're going. But it isn't something that would be signposted everywhere, because if you're on the other side of the Iron Ring, you're like days away walking wise.
This place is so big.
Yeah. Again, it goes all the way around a moon. But yeah, because luckily where you've docked isn't that far away, you do now see signposts that are basically pointing that way. They don't say how far, they're just like wardens that way. So yeah.
I have a random lore question. Is there a train that goes around the ring?
No.
Or any kind of high-speed travel at all? Okay.
No, unless
Interesting.
you left, got in a ship and went and docked somewhere else.
Gotcha.
There are parts of the
curious.
Iron Ring that do not connect, and you would have to spacewalk between them.
I see.
Because again, it's a hodgepodge of different either space station parts, spaceships that have been just merged together to form chunks of space. But sometimes they are not connected fully, or they're just never connected because no one had the time or patience to do it. So you may have to spacewalk across bits or fly across sections. It's a work in progress and has been for many, many years.
What's the gravity like? Is it enough mass that it's like creating a decent amount of gravity? Or is it kind of bouncy?
There is gravity. It is. I mean, there is in certain parts there is a very slight bounce, but for the most part, it's fine. If you hadn't been here before, you could occasionally feel like as you pass from one section to another, you might feel slightly drunk, where you get a little bit lightheaded, but it's actually that lack of gravity that gives you that false impression. But lucky for most of you, you've been here before. You know that sensation and know how to compensate for that. But yes, but I will say with your new confidence, Bobbi, and your 2 crew members backing you up, you strut your way towards the warden's office. And after a couple minutes of walking, not really engaging with anyone, you get to a section and you see a large sign that says warden's office and a very big arrow pointing. And you passed from one module to another through a docking bay door. And as you pass through, this is a large, you'd probably say it was like a star freighter storage bay sort of size. So it's very high, ceiling's very wide, and you can see it's been sectioned off where it has a very large open central bit, and each section appears to be like almost its own building or its own like office space. And you look down and you can see on the far left hand side, there is a large premises, as it were, that is listed as the Wardens.
Okay. Pretty sure we're in the right place.
Xander's carrying the head, and like it almost looks like, can't remember the name of it, but like in Star Wars they're like kind of round like storage containers that have a handle on the top. They're like,
yeah, I get what you mean.
So one of those, and then in his pocket he has a printout of the bulletin for the bounty.
No problem.
And I think he feels like he should take the lead and lead both Bobbi and Luna into the office.
Bobbi and Luna.
And knock on the door.
Bobbi and Luna, do you let Xander take the lead?
I would say Bobbi is still kind of strutting. Like, not gonna lie, she's like,
okay.
She's feeling herself, you know.
Okay, dang, all right.
Yeah,
I'll flank her.
I mean, Lunar will just be like large, muscular person with a gun, like just like that intimidation factor kind of backs up her.
I love that, like, once we get in there though, the intimidation from Luna just being like buff and then Xander just having the head. Like,
just like, we are bounty hunters.
Okay. So Bobbi, leading the charge, you make your way up to the front of this building. There is a large door there. What do you do?
Subtle knock.
You knock. There is no answer, but you can hear conversation going on inside. Maybe 2 conversations going on inside.
Does it seem like it's something that like a door that we could just open, or does it?
Yeah.
Or does it seem okay?
Yeah,
in that case,
it kind of appears more like, I mean, you can't see through the door, but it appears a sort of like door you would open, go in, and potentially be like a reception desk. It's got that vibe to it as you approach.
Okay. Bobbi is definitely going to like pull the push door or whatever, you know, like does it wrong, and then okay. And then we'll open it. Yeah.
So you definitely do pull a push door, and it rattles, and you're like, fuck. And you recenter yourself. And as you push it open, and kind of step in with your confidence and your strut, you hear a man shout inside, very loud, very aggressively. And as you open the door and step in, you feel moisture hit across your face. Xander and Luna, you see Bobbi gets splattered with a mist of blood. Bobbi, in front of you, you see a man stood facing you, wide-eyed, mouth agape, with a large hole in the center of his forehead, and you can see through that hole and see a gentleman stood at the back with a gun facing the person. The body drops to the ground on the floor, and the man lowers his gun, turns to the person next to him and says, "Dead or alive? We say dead or alive, and we put dead first. If they're gonna be a prick, dead. Just dead. Like, you get your 200 hollows, shift the body." And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Okay. All right.
So,
Okay.
you're in the Iron Ring. Welcome.
Yeah, that's a welcome.
I like him.
That's me too.
Yeah. So, for everyone watching at home or in the office or wherever you're watching, you know, you could be in your car. Thank you very much for joining us. This was episode 8 already, of our A Corrupted Frontier Death in Space campaign. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a fun game. We will be back soon with our next episode. Not the week after next, like normal, because I won't be available. But we'll be back soon after that. Back to our regularly scheduled showtime. But yeah, so please bear with us. We did a double feature today for you to make up for that slight gap. But yes, thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to turn now to my wonderful players and let everyone hype themselves up and tell you who they are, where you can find them, and what they're up to. So, I'm going to go in reverse order from before, so prepare yourselves. Mira, you're up first.
Oh, this is new. Hi. So you can find me on the internet most places as Dawn Whisper. I'm a full-time Twitch streamer, so I'm usually live on Twitch playing some sort of game, usually RPGs and MMOs. Play a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy. I'm doing my first ever playthrough of Ocarina of Time at the moment, which has been a journey. I've never played it before, and it's the first of the older Zelda games that I've played. And also Dragon Age Inquisition, first playthrough of that happening at the moment, so exciting times.
Very nice. Next up, Echo.
Hi, I'm Rachel Beauregard. I'm a professional actor. You can find me on Instagram at Manic Pixie Tank Girl. You can find my gay nerdy art at Bad Duck Design. I will be... I have a new stream coming up, but I don't have any details yet. But stay tuned, and I will tell you about them soon-ish when I have them.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Next up is Lunar.
Wait. All right. Okay. I play Lunar Terracin. My name is Melissa Rose. You can find me at Melrose Maps on Instagram if you want. Maybe I'll post something sometime. We'll see. Yeah. Follow these lovely people. You know what they're doing. Otherwise, I'm here.
Thank you very much. Xander, you're up.
Hello, my name is Mazz, and this is my face. My pronouns are they, them. I have been our Chrome Xander Praetorian. You can find me all over the internet at MazzFace on Instagram. On Twitter, it's at RealMazzFace, because someone decided to steal my identity 10 years ago, before I was even on Twitter. Let's see. I am a graphic designer. I am a producer and performer. You can also find me over on Open Circuit Studios every Wednesday, on their Leverage Los Angeles show, where I play the grifter, Riley Carter. We will not be playing this coming Wednesday because we are on our mid-season break, but you can find us next week, like the week after this coming Wednesday. Terminology is weird. You can find me here, and you can find me in your soul somewhere deep down. That's it. That's what I got. I'm sure there's
Wonderful.
more, but that's
Thank
what
you.
I got. Hire me as a graphic designer, please.
Wyoming, you're up next. Top that.
Hello, people. My name is Homero Rios. I'm a comic writer with work published by Heavy Metal Magazine and Metal Urland. I love piña coladas and the rainy days. And I was playing Wyoming Jones, pretty much of a prick. And that's it. That's me.
Thank you very much. Bobbi, you.
Yeah. Hi. I was Bobbi, your captain this afternoon, evening. But I'm Cori. You can usually find me over on Twitter. It's lovedays_. That's LOV, by the way, or just causing general chaos in the initiative order general chats. But yes, I love this stream, and I love playing with all these incredible people. So good to be back.
Who are you, Danny?
Yeah, who are you?
So, I'm Danny. Hi. You can find me at Check for Traps on all social media places, or you can find me here in the initiative order as part of the team that runs the stuffs and does the things. Check us out, check the team out, check the community out, head over to our Discord and join, hang out. We run free community games every month. All you need to do is sign up and we provide everything you need to play, whether you're an expert or completely new to RPGs. Our wonderful GMs will show you what to do and run you through a game and get you going. We do that. We run other amazing streams and amazing shows on the channel, so check our schedule, check out all the cool things we're doing. We do a lot of charity stuff as well, and charity drives and everything. It's a fun place to hang out. I recommend it. Yes, and we have some amazing sponsors that I haven't even gotten around to telling you all about. So we have Session Zero Clothing, amazing D&D inspired streetwear. Norse Foundry, amazing artisan dice. They do really cool wood ones, gemstone, bone, all sorts. Arclight Core, our very amazing friend Will, who GMs our Power Rangers game, has his own brand. Check them out, some cool streetwear and clothing over there. We have Umbraloculus Dice, our very own Taryn of Far Realms. She's a custom resin dice maker. Check out her store, and she does custom orders, all sorts of stuff. Amazing. Free League, got a shout out Free League, who supply us the graphics and everything we do to make these cool games. I'm sure I'm missing people. Mithril Armory, oh my god, how can I forget Mithril Armory? Who do some amazing dice kickstarters with like the tin 20s and the diamond and gold dice. If you've not checked them out, they're really cool. Yes, lovely people who help us support our community and give back to them. But yes, with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. We're going to go and sleep and do all the fun things another day. Please stick around and watch the next episode when we're live with that, and we continue this fun little happy friendly story with this loving group of individuals together. But yes, thank you very much for watching. See you later.
Yay!
Peace.
Let's get wasted.
Bye.